I'm back again, and I'm going to share my thoughts on this whole debacle between Israel and the United States and Iran. Let me just kick this off by saying I don't really care for any country in the Middle East. I really and truthfully don't. I've said it many times. We just need to take away all their nukes and turn off the cameras and let them duke it out, and then whoever is left standing just corporate bomb them, because they probably did all kinds of horrendous things and we're better off without them. People in that area, and I don't know how well I can actually convey this, they have pretty much hated each other for thousands of years. And that's not hyperbole. They have literally wanted each other dead for thousands of years for various reasons. They may not even know all the reasons. I know I don't know all the reasons. It's just one of those things where they hate each other at this point for the sake of hating each other. So getting involved with them is never a good thing, because all you're going to wind up doing is drag yourself into the midst of a perpetual war. And yeah, we could try to do a regime change, but let's face it, how many times has the United States that we know of done a regime change and it turned out well? Whether you're talking about the drug cartels in Central and South America, if you're wanting to talk about the whole Shah of Iran, we've already tried that once with Iran. That's how we got the Ayatollah, Iraq, Afghanistan, so on and so forth. We've tried it many times over, and it's always come back to bite us. You know, they don't hate us, after 9/11 they said they hate us because of our freedom. No, they don't hate us because of our freedom. They hate us because we screwed around with their country and they lost their freedom. And that's fairly accurate representation of what happened. So when I think about this, no, the United States should not have gotten involved. Leave that between Israel and Iran. But we can't do that. And yes, Iran has had a lot of their highest officials taken out already by Israel, but Israel's had several significant hits as well. I don't think anyone really thought that Iran could do as much as they have done. I think that's mind-numbing to say the least to begin with. But I also think they overestimated significantly the amount of support that Israel would have. They're not getting very much. This whole routine of flinging out bombs and then saying, we're defending ourselves, we're the victims. We didn't start this. That ain't going over so well. The fact that as the Hormuz Strait, my apologies if I mispronounced that, being closed down is jacking up gas prices around the world. So, and I say that because I just passed a gas station and it's up 20 cents from this morning. Whether you want to admit it or not, this is bad all the way around. And a lot of people who supported Trump did not do so with the intentions of going into Iran. Tulsi Gabbard was very adamant we need to stay out of Iran, and you'll notice she has been, as of March 2nd, have not seen her post anything on social media. So a lot of people on the left and right are upset. Now, granted, you have some people that they don't give a flying flip. The same people who were saying a month ago we need to stay out of Iran are now cheering on just because Daddy Trump told them to. And you're going to find that cult mentality no matter which side you go look at. It's pretty much unavoidable at this point. Really and truthfully, when you think about it, there is no real upside. And aside from the fact it could be a lot worse if we hadn't already gone after Maduro down in Venezuela, Lord only knows what would happen as far as gas prices go. But still, ultimately, by getting entangled with them, in the Middle East, we have done ourselves no favors. And we are seeing the groundwork. Similar, in my opinion, to what we would have seen. I can't say this for certain because I wasn't alive when this occurred, but I imagine a lot of this was like what happened when Archduke, Ferdinand, was assassinated. Austrian Archduke that kicked off World War I. I just can't help but shake the feeling that, 100 and some odd years ago when that happened, if they had social media, would we be seeing the exact same things taking place that we are right now? My guess is probably. Now, are we going to wind up in World War III? I don't know. It's too soon to say, but we are seeing alliances starting to come into play. We have definitely seen North Korea offer assistance if they request it. China has been somewhat vocal, and others as well. A lot of the countries don't like Iran, but also don't like Israel, have tried to play mediator. Heck, even Putin has tried to play mediator because they know how bad this could wind up turning right quick and in a hurry. And they've realized that Iran is not as helpless as maybe we thought, because they are blowing past the Iron Dome. They are blowing past the Patriot Dome or whatever, and attacking American military bases in other countries. And the other countries are like, yeah, we need to de-escalate this because we don't like you firing off missiles into our country, but by the same token, they really shouldn't have shot missiles at you and taken out your leader. So we're just going to write a strongly worded tweet, for lack of a better term. But it's not a good, I don't see any upside. And really, truthfully, I think the best thing the United States could do would be to get out of this crap. Do not send troops in, ground troops in. That would be a disaster. And if Trump really wants to wind up getting impeached while Republicans still hold Congress, go ahead, send in ground troops into Iran. Do it. My guess is there would be enough outcry that there would be a regime change in the United States. Sometimes I wonder if that would be a bad thing. Keeping in mind, I have advocated before about rounding up all of Congress and putting them on the SS United States before it gets turned into an artificial reef. I'm over the whole politics as usual from especially Washington, D.C. I'm tired of it. And I do have some concerns. I do have concerns that this will push digital ID. I can have concerns that this will push martial law. I'm concerned that this could affect midterm elections. I am concerned that this could be used to further erode our freedoms in the United States. See the Patriot Act. We already have them trying to bolster the surveillance state. I'm not a fan of this stuff. I'm not a fan of the whole notion of a one world government. You'll own nothing and be happy about it. I'm not happy. I don't like any of that stuff. I think we're getting very quickly approaching a tipping point where if we want to stop it, we're going to have to take action. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene said it best, as others have, but she's probably been one of the more prominent people who's in the spotlight. But she said, we're not voting ourselves out of this. And I believe with each passing day that's becoming a little too evident. Alright, I just had to get all that off my chest. I have been blowing up Twitter the past few days. And this is sad to say, but if Iran and Russia were to just have hellfire and brimstone rain down upon Israel and Ukraine respectively, I would not be upset by that. Because all of the people that are trying to stir crap up, who have the most to gain from this, from these wars and everything else, would absolutely lose their ever-loving minds. And some of them would probably lose their keisters and probably wind up let's see what happened to Tsar Nicholas and his family in Russia in 1917 or so, or thereabouts. Let me know what you think. Later.